Alright, so let's see. We've got Andre on the right side, and we have GM Tom on the right side. Alright, we'll talk about this more later. Wait. I might have this backwards. No, Andre is first. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, this kind of stuff will slowly be happening with time. Don't worry about it. Well, do worry about it, but in a reasonable way where we are slowly working towards betterment. Heading into the 4th Scrapstar Series for South America, Central American regions, GM Tom will be facing off against Andre. Andre going in with a Ram Thunderbird loadout. That is a pretty interesting setup. That's a lot of curve, but two very powerful tools, and it allows for nice stuns like that one. Andre just a little too far away to really be able to follow up, but he's going to get another stun there, and ends up catching Tom with that rush and taking the first round. Andre going to switch that Ram over, choosing to go Chilla Ram instead of having that Thunderbird. Tom going to switch over, puts the Ram back on, and in replacement of the Popper, and is going to choose to work with that Ice Dragon. Both players quickly exchange, going to give both of them a safe chance to get their Dragon Arm, but Tom going to come out on top, getting a freeze with that Dragon, and is now just applying some intense pressure. Sees a nice moment to go in for the rush. 340 damage, and just continues to cement himself in a very confident lead. Andre trying to find his way in is going to get caught out by another Ram. Score brought to 1-1. Diving right into this next round. Looks like Andre has switched over to the Thunderbird again. Putting that Chilla away, looking to really capitalize on that double curve. Worked out for him well in the first round, but now he's facing off against a Dragon Arm Ram instead of that Popper, and that's going to be a lot harder for him to box through. I should have these discussions more often in the evening. Andre getting a quick poke in, is going to get caught out by that rush though. 345 damage. Tom now in a very strong lead. Looking to just get a little bit more to take Andre out. Trying to close in that distance. But the Rammer going to come in. Tom takes the first game. Oh, we need to... Oh, no, I did move it. I did move it right. Alright, so that is the first round. Tom does need to take one more win to be able to take the set. Andre definitely does still have a chance. He's got a couple of cool tools. I'm enjoying seeing what Andre's got under his sleeve. And diving right into our next match, it looks like Andre gonna switch over to the Slapamander for this match. Gonna try to have a little bit more options, just something a little bit more consistent aside the Thunderbird. And starting things off though, Tom taking the advantage, gets that Dragon Arm set up, and is quickly trying to chip down Andre's health with a couple of nice reads and setups. But Andre definitely dodging out of the way of a lot of these attacks. gonna do this quickly. Because now I'm doing a bit of outreach to some of the newer players in here too. Hang on, we'll do this, close that. We can also utilize that to kind of...
Introductionary.
That's gonna be me talking for a minute. Just ignore me. Oh, get rid of those timestamps. Damn, that should be good. Alright, back into this match. It looks like Tom has taken a round and is looking to get one more KO on Andre, setting himself up pretty strong with that grab and is now just looking for a single hit more. Andre does have an opportunity to bring this back. That Thunderbird might create some nice opportunities, but he's got to find his way through. But that Ram going to be enough. Tom taking Andre out 2-0. Alright, so that means we got 2-0 in Tom's favor. Up next, we will have Tom face off against Raiden. I just posted my tier list video, and like the image is clickbait. Like it's got Max Brass and Sprainman in F tier, Kid Cobra's in B tier, Mechanica's like the second highest in S tier, with Springtron being the top. This is intense clickbait. It's the best clickbait. Oh yeah, this isn't friendlies. This is Swiss. Heading into our next match, it looks like Game Master Tom will be facing off against Raiden. Raiden going in with Twin Tail. Game Master Tom sticking with that Min. Starting things off, Raiden does have a slight health lead, getting some nice pokes in, getting a couple stacks of poison, and just patiently playing things out. Tom struggling to not keeping up too well with this right now, and is slowly losing health from those poison stacks. Gets caught out by that popper as they set themselves up in the air. Tom's starting to get a little more advantage and is now just looking for a nice confirm for that rush, and he's going to be able to connect 340 damage, putting himself in a very strong position as he now only needs a single hit more to take Raiden out. Raiden gonna get another poison stack, but one more popper hit is gonna be all Tom needs to take 1 point in advantage. There's also the overlay needs there. It's not easy to do 3 things at once. Alright, diving into this next round. Looks like Raiden has chosen to switch over to double scullies. Can get some really nice pokes in, but has to be careful as that popper can very effectively outbox those popper shots. Or the popper can outbox those scully shots. Just those 2 shots from the popper just balancing out, which means that dragon in a lot of cases will just be free to reign and shoot across the open world. Couple of nice chips in, and Raiden's holding on to a light lead, but he's gonna get caught out by another popper strike. Tom dealing a decent amount of damage, but misses out on the Ice Dragon portion of that rush. Gets another popper hit in, and is just looking for a little bit more to be able to take Raiden down. Safely dodges out of the way of this rush. Raiden just acknowledges it and stops and watches. Tom now just looking for that final hit, and Raiden dives right into it. Tom now advantaged 1 point. Hi, Gaddy. I think I'll try to schedule that to be a more regular thing in the future. Maybe after the Smash and Splash. Alright. So, oh, there we go. Alright, heading into this next match, I just made note, Raiden has 3 gloves. That's an interesting setup, but it does have a lot of weaknesses to it. Raiden setting up with a light lead, gets a bit of light damage in there. He's trying to utilize the Sparky nade loadout to try to punch Tom down, but is diving into a lot of these attacks, just getting caught out by that Ram as it covers a lot of range. Will I be playing? This is for the South American, Central American communities, so this tournament will be, I will not be participating in these matches, as this is for these people to play. Tom just looking for a little bit more damage to be able to take Raiden out, and it's going to be that charged Ram reaching right in and catching that dash movement. Diving right into this next round. Tom gonna be able to start off with a strong lead, getting a couple of strong hits with that Ram and just continuing that chain, quickly burning Raiden down. Another snipe with the Ram, and now Raiden at 50% health, struggling to try to find a way in. Gonna get caught out by this rush. 370 damage. Tom now looking for just a couple more hits to take Raiden out. And he's going to walk off with it perfect for his final round. And means that our next match is all set up and will be Raiden versus Andre. Fix that score. But let's see, utilize it. There we go. He plays a very much zoning, outboxing kind of style. He really likes to utilize tools that allow him to kind of work around gloves, play at a safe distance, and just punish like boxing states. If you're going in with gloves, he has the intention of having a loadout that's designed to counter you. Alright, heading into this next match, we are going to have Raiden going in, sticking with Wintel, triple glove loadout, and he going in all curves for this. So we have two pretty solid mirrors in terms of our toolkits. Starting things off, neither player really locking in too hard. It's both just trying to find an opportunity to go in and get some damage, and Andre has yet to get a Dragon Arm opportunity. Just cautious of Raiden's pressure and does not want to lock themselves into anything too risky to take serious damage. Gets a stun, gonna go in for the double punch and almost takes advantage to get the Dragon Arm, but he's going to choose to throw out that Thunderbird. Tries to go in for the punish, but the nade blasting them off twice. And now Raiden holding on to a light lead, just patiently finding these windows to go in for these pokes. Another blast, this time to Raiden, as that nade blows up on their own face. One of the dangers of utilizing the nade is just that fact that it can explode on yourself when it's in a charged state. That rush going to come out. Andre going to be able to find their way out of and safely blocks it. Glove rushes are pretty unsafe. They're relatively risky. If you can line it up, they can land very well, but you do have to get that lined up well. Almost gets the Dragon Arm, but quickly drops it, trying to go in for another quick punish. With a few seconds left, Andre is going to be able to take this with a slight health lead. Andre switching things out, is going to put the Thunderbird away, quips the Slapamander. Chooses to go with the double Sparky. Raiden going to throw out that rush. It's not going to be able to connect. Trying to patiently play things out. Holding on to a very light lead. But Andre trying to bring things back with a couple of strong pokes. A lot of Slapamanders and Ramrams just reaching in. Raiden is experiencing some heavy arm damage, but is going to stay in the lead just by a light amount. Just trying not to get too locked into anything. Andre really struggling to get that Dragon Arm set up. Will constantly charge it up and just immediately throw it out. This is a strong moment for that rush. I think that's going to be enough. Andre going to be able to take it. Raiden not recognizing the health deficit they had after that exchange, and is going to just wait and let Andre take the first game. Is it me? Gaddy, am I addicted to Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo? No, I haven't played it. Well, I think I played it on the PlayStation, but I think I played it a little bit and it looked really fun. I did enjoy it for a bit. I love how it works into like being an actually pretty solid puzzle game, like a good puzzle fighter. All right, heading into our next match, we are going to be moving over to Via Dolce. This potentially can give Andre a chance to finally get that Dragon Arm started up. That's going to be a lot more pressure that they're going to be able to apply. But has it quickly taken away the nade. Just very powerful when it connects, deals an intense amount of damage, and is going to quickly knock Andre down. Another charged hit, and Raiden starting to start up with a light lead, applying a lot of shield pressure to Andre as well. Has to be careful. That charged arm is vulnerable to self-explosions, and it's going to get caught out for 200 and 300 damage off of that rush. Andre's bringing themselves into a light lead. Raiden is also going to be able to be ready with a rush of their own pretty soon, and if they get it to connect, it can definitely deal some hefty damage on Andre. So far, these trades working out a little more in Andre's favor, as he's just applying a lot of pressure, really getting some nice catches, some good reads, but he's going to get caught up by this rush. Gets the finishing touch for 305. And now Raiden holding onto a very light lead. Quick blast from that nade is going to put both players in very difficult position, as both are very close to a KO. Raiden definitely looking to try to get a Scully to poke in, or just potentially keep Andre far away enough so that the timer ticks down and Raiden gets to keep this round, and the Scully going to be able to connect. Andre going to slap things up and equips the double Manders. That is a very slaptastic loadout. Raiden going to choose to put that nade aside, wanting to utilize the Sparky instead. Starting things off, Raiden really struggling to handle the pressure from these doubles Manders, as it's just covering a lot of range, a lot of ground, and it's just giving him a tough time to fit in between these cracks. But Raiden starting to find those opportunities to slip in, gets a couple of quick pokes, but now is holding on to still a relatively solid health deficit, especially with Andre going in for that rush, 360 damage. Raiden going to get knocked out by that Mander. Andre now bringing the score to 1-1, but this does have an opportunity for Raiden to potentially bring this back. If they get this rush to land and just play smart and safe from there, this could definitely work out in their favor. Looks like Raiden is going to go all in on the Scullies, looking to get some nice pokes, just slipping in between these waves of slaps. Starting off, neither player really finding too strong of an opportunity, but it's going to be Raiden slipping in first and connecting with that rush, getting a second stack off of that 240, allowing them to hold on to a pretty solid lead. Andy trying to just cover ground with these Manders, deal some nice damage, but is slowly getting poked out, losing health by the second, choosing to utilize that rush. That's going to be a lot of shield pressure damage, but nothing too monumental. Ends up throwing just a little too early and ends up missing on another chance to get that Dragon Arm. Raiden slipping right out of the way of that barrage, not going to take any damage from that disarm. Another poke, and now Raiden just looking for a potential rush to KO. If he can just find his way in, has to be careful as Andre does have a rush of their own and ends up poking through. Raiden bringing the score to 1-1. God, Poyo is such a good game too. I love that. Alright, when both of the players are ready, they can step into the ring for the final match to determine who is going to take second place in this Scrapstar series. Heading back to Temple Grounds. And it looks like neither player are going to change up their loadout too much. I just noticed that Andre also has Coolerang. Literally all curve arms. The curviest of tools. We have straight verse curve. And it looks like Andre gonna try to utilize the Coolerang as the Dragon Arm. Starting things off though, Raiden getting the first hit and gets a bit of poison on top of it. Gets a stun and another poke. And that's gonna cement a light lead for Andre. A lead that's gonna be pretty difficult for Andre to come back from, as he has to start getting some damage, needs to get a strong chain, but this pressure is just being too much for them, as these straightforward little pokes just kind of reaching in and outdoing Andre. Both players now ready with Rush. Finally gets a freeze. Gonna get a knockdown with that Chilla or Coolerang. Starting to get some nice damage and sees the moment to go in for the Rush. Just a little too far away to get the full impact, but does deal a shield breaker with 55 on top. Now pushing Raiden back. Has a bit of a lead. Has to be careful of that Rush, as if Raiden is able to get it to land, that could put Andre in a very critical condition. But as long as they're just playing safe, trying to keep that distance, they are going to be able to take the round. Get Puyo Puyo Tetris! Raiden gonna switch back, decides to equip the double Scully, looking to poke their way through this onslaught of curves and slaps. Starting things off, Raiden going to be the first one to connect again, just barely dodging out of the way of that grab. Getting some light arm damage, not going to connect with anything too serious, but Raiden continue to find their way around these attacks. Andre finally finding a chance to get that Dragon Arm charged up, is going to set up another freeze, not going to get a freeze chain off of this one. Both players just looking for a chance to get a strong rush, and Andre going to see that chance, dives in, does a nice setup, and is able to deal a decent amount of damage. Gonna dodge right out of the way of that rush though, and punishes with the Mander. And now Andre just looking for a little bit more to be able to take Raiden out and take this Scrapstar Series second place position, and he's going to be able to make it.